Atiku asking Peter Obi to be his vice. Now, see finish. You know what they call see finish.
All right, my country people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending the area you are watching me from. Nigerian politics. Nigerian politics. We are here again against 2027. Imagine, my country people, Peter Obi done decided to follow Atiku inside PDP. Atiku don't assign Peter Obi to be his vice. Peter Obi don't dialogue with PDP. My country people, I said in this country, we have lost it for long, not just today. It has been happening. And I don't know how we are going to get this country fixed back. My country people, make I knack una gist. One, this man Atiku, we know they ever see him face for this country. It's only election time, and as it happens to election don't come, you don't see him face on social media, you don't see him for TV screen, you don't see him for paper. This report now Punch newspaper, now then report when we know what it is up, and we even see interviews, we even see meeting upon meeting. My country people, voila for this country, I don't know when it go end, and I don't know where will they go. I don't know when these people won't leave power for the younger generation, because this one too much. As in, too much. Every season, we keep seeing an elderly old face that we have known from generation up to today. They still keep coming out for election. Don't be surprised. Maybe next one now, Obasanjo will still come out. Who know? My country people, matter tire me. I don't want to talk this thing again because it get as it be. I beg, make una hear the reaction and watch the reaction of other people concerning this matter when they trend now. Make una watch, and as una watch, I beg, that's your comments, that's your contribution. They're very, very important. The comment section will be open for all comments to drop. Let's know what is the solution in this our country. Thank you as you watch, my country people.
Atiku asking Peter Obi to be his vice. Now, see finish. You know what they call see finish. Now, see finish. Mr. Atiku, you've forgotten that Obi got 25% even in your state, Adamawa. Obi got 25% in your state. You are asking our own Peter Obi to be your vice. Atiku, you wrecked PDP, sir. You are the one that wrecked that party. The day they allowed you back into that party, now virus them bring back. The party have given you chance how many times? And you still won't wreck the little value remaining in PDP. Why? What have they done to you, Atiku? You have children that you can put forward. Why must you be the president? It is southern time, blessing time. Northerners have had their own 8 years of Buhari. He finished the country. He messed up the system. We are still swimming in the basin up till now. What did you forget in government in Aso Rock, Atiku, that you want to go and take? As a leader, you have wrecked PDP. Now PDP is now carcass. PDP is now carcass. If you didn't go into that primary, if you had allowed Obi, Wike and others to do their primary in peace and select their flag bearer in peace, PDP will still be like number one now. Come on. You finished the party and you are still struggling to go back. What did you forget in the villa, sir? What did you forget there? It's southern time. 8 years to the north. Buhari has used your 8 years. Now you want to come and take our own. Asking Peter Obi to be your vice. That's an insult. Peter Obi will flog you, flog others any day, anytime. Free, fair, credible election. Atiku, enough is enough. As a leader, see what you have done to party now. Nigeria is going one party state because of your dream. How can you allow your dream to be so destructive? It's so toxic that it is affecting even opposition in Nigeria. As an elderly man, come on. Appa, look at what you are doing to the party. You coming to Obi to be your vice is a serious insult. Go and check the last result. Obi got 25% from Adamawa. Clear. Obi flogged you in Abuja nicely. how can that person now be your vice? It's not Okorocha. Everybody has left you. PDP governors, they are all gone. Senators are gone. Everybody gone because of this your dream. How can someone have a dream that is so destructive and you are still chasing the dream? Abba, leader should be leader.
In the last few hours, this very news has been trending with the speed of light all over the Nigeria internet space and is already generating a lot of controversies, a lot of argument that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Gregory P2B finally reached an agreement concerning 2027 presidential election. According to Punch newspaper as published, that Atiku has made an offer of vice presidential role to P2B. That is to say that for P2B to be his running mate come 2027 presidential election for just one term for 4 years, and after 4 years Atiku will step down from anything presidential and P2B will become the next president in the next 4 years, and probably after finishing 4 years he will now go for another 4 years, making it 8 years. According to that very sources of that information, as was posted by Punch newspaper, the sources equally claim that P2B has already accepted this very offer that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and P2B had earlier met in UK this year to discuss, the merger or the coalition. Well, for those of you who do not know, do not forget that equally early this year, there has been a lot of meetings upon meetings, discussions upon discussions, forming a coalition in order to dethrone or remove President Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. So a coalition has been on, which is called Coalition of United Political Parties, of which their national secretary is one Mr. Peter Ame. These very sources went further to maintain that after Atiku gave P2B this very offer some time ago, that P2B told him that he was going to go home and think about it and consult his loyalists, and that after some consultation P2B came back telling him or agreeing to the term of accepting the offer. Information is available equally on the internet space is saying that due to the controversy or the crisis that has befallen Labour Party and PDP, that this coalition is considering going through a political party called ADC, African Democratic Congress. That is to say, if the crisis in Labour Party lingers and that of PDP equally lingers, that this is where they will be charting this new course. Well, it was also made clear that SDP, of which Nasser El-Rufai is currently part and parcel of the members, and was calling on Atiku and P2B to come forth to join them, that SDP may not be the best platform for them to chart a new course of removing Tinubu come 2027. Sequel to this, when the media team reached out to the special assistant or the aide of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to comment on that very news, he declined, but rather said that he knew that Atiku Abubakar and P2B have been meeting over time, discussing on the coalition with the overall intention of removing Tinubu from office. Equally, the National Secretary for the Coalition of United Political Parties, one Mr. Peter Ame, refused to comment on this very latest development. He, however, stated categorically that the overall intentions of the coalition is to remove APC from office. You know what I mean? Well, why this very news sounds like a little bit of an embarrassment to P2B, you will equally understand that in this life everything is possible, and politics is sometimes about negotiation, especially when you arrive at a critical point in time, especially with Nigeria political hemisphere, what is happening in Nigeria, the state captured by APC. So at this point in time, negotiations and detailed blueprints in planning is necessary. It's necessary to actually remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office. But if everything that Punch newspaper had published or has published is entirely true, assessing that information critically, it looks more like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is still desperate of becoming the president of Nigeria. For the singular reason he just wants to be president for 4 years, so as to register his name on the sand of history as a past president of Nigeria, while allowing P2B to take up the mantle of leadership, is a clear indication that he knows that P2B is competent for the job. It's a clear indication that P2B is still young and vibrant enough to handle the affairs of the presidency in Nigeria. It's a clear indication that P2B is equally a better candidate, a more competent man with integrity and track record. Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons, politics oftentimes does not produce the best of, candidates or the best candidate as leaders because of selfish political interest. And again, sometimes even the good people that are good enough with integrity, the required competency to lead the people, they may not have the finance to work their way through politics into public offices. And this is where you see well-educated people like our professors of today being used to rig election, because politicians will offer them huge amount of money, more than they earn from their teaching job, and they will be so happy to jump into it because they lack integrity, because they are also poor, both physically, financially, and also mentally. Now, P2B is not only competent and vibrant, as well as being a man of integrity. P2B is also a billionaire. And that is why this journey and this discussion, this coalition is becoming easy for him. Nobody can actually play with him. The money, he has it. He also has the contact. The only thing he may not have is the state capture that APC has actually, captured in the whole of Nigeria. However, looking at the whole picture, you will see that probably this bargain, this discussion of Atiku being the presidential candidate and P2B being the running mate, maybe, just maybe, this could be the only option that will rally the northern votes, around Atiku and P2B come 2027. But I also fear, that what happened in 2019 between Atiku and P2B does not repeat itself. Because I equally understand that some persons may not want to rally support behind P2B and Atiku if this is true. Just for the singular reason that P2B is the vice president and Atiku is the presidential candidate. Many would want P2B to be the presidential flag bearer while Atiku becomes the running mate. I don't know. But we don't know the validity of this very information, how true it is. But then until Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and P2B comes out to make this announcement through the Coalition for United Political Parties, once we have that official announcement, then it becomes a topic of discussion. Then other factors, and then we'll begin to put other things into consideration as we discuss this very matter. Because I equally understand that time is of essence. By this time next year, all political parties in Nigeria preparing for 2027 election would have made their presidential candidates, public. So there is actually need for these people to come together and reach a concrete agreement. But whatever may be the case, I know it's going to be a tough race come 2027. And the northern vote is equally important. So whatever combination, whatever combo that is going to garner the votes from the north, behind this man, it will also be considered in the dialogue, in the coalition process. That for sure I know. But until then, however, probably on a second thought, it will equally make a lot of sense if P2B becomes the presidential flag bearer while Atiku becomes the running mate. What do you think about that?